If you or anyone around you are affected by the subjects of today's podcast, you can reach out to get help, advice, or support from our charity partners, Women's Aid, at womensaid.org.uk, or the Yorkshire-based organisation IDAS at idas.org.uk. You can also find these links and reach out to us directly via our website, takebackthebeat.co.uk, or email us at takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. That's takebackthebeattour@gmail.com.
Hello!
Hello.
Welcome to Take Back the Beat. Voice notes. Voice notes. Notes. Every week I feel like pressure when we do that bit.
I do.
I'm always like,
And like we have to change it up, but also
I don't want
know.
to.
No.
And also then I panic and I don't know what you're going to do. And then I'm like, what am I going to do?
And then
I'm
I
like,
go, people think, are they really singers? Are they professional singers? Yes, we are. So if you if you don't like our arrangement,
Soz.
send us one. Send us your voice note arrangement.
Send us your own voice notes. Oh my God, I would actually die if we could start getting people singing that to us. I'd actually
That would
cry.
be brilliant. We could
feel
just
like I was famous.
yeah, we wouldn't need it anymore. We wouldn't need to do it. We could just play random people's over the top.
That'd be. I might ask people to do that. We should do that on TikTok as a challenge for you to sing your own Take Back the Beat voice notes.
Oh yeah, let's do a jingle competition.
That would be quite fun. In a very serious podcast. I literally was trying to explain, I know we haven't even fucking started yet, but I was trying to explain the podcast to someone the other day, and I was like, so it's a really serious subject, it's about la 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 la, and then I went, but there's quite a lot of banter, and this person just went, banter with domestic abuse, and I was like, oh, well, if you say it like that, it sounds really bad.
Well,
but no,
we're
like,
still people. Like
we're
we're
not,
still.
yeah, we're not depressed all the time.
No, we talk about facts. We talk about topics that are sometimes hard to listen to,
Cultural
but we
topics.
share people's stories so that they can they can help everyone. But also like
we have a bit of banter.
Yeah,
we talk about Biscoff.
Yeah, because we're people and we're survivors. We're not fucking.
I'm a survivor.
Yeah. So yeah.
So that's the podcast. Thank you for tuning in this week.
And good night.
So, I mean, I'm actually quite scared to say this because we've just had we were meant to start this podcast an hour ago and instead we went on and we're like, so before we start, la la la. So on a scale of 1 to a whole Costco-filled room of Biscoff, how you doing?
I opened the jar this week. I'm not going to lie. I definitely opened a jar.
Did you finish the jar?
I didn't finish the jar because I had a sassy bitch moment and was like, no.
I don't need a man. It made me feel good.
Well, yeah. It wasn't anything to do with man drama. I don't know. I suppose we all, I'm not going to be that girl who's like, I'm not going to tell you all because I hate that and we're very open.
But I'm not going to tell you all.
But it's just, it's just family drama.
Yeah, you can't,
And
we have our own personal shit.
Everyone, exactly. Everyone has family drama at some point or another. And if, well, to be fair, we met on Zoom about an hour ago. So if you want to listen to me ramble on for another hour, then I think we need to do another podcast. But no, just a bit of family normal. I mean, no, it's not normal. I take that back. But it's just, things happen in families.
Things have been testing.
Yes, but I decided to stick up for myself, which I don't usually do when it comes to my family because I like to either be the mediator or I'm just very much like, oh, well, this person's feeling this way, so I'm going to let that behaviour slide. Yeah. Well, not this time.
I think we just said on Zoom, we've both had a week of, I don't listen to the moon and I don't know what Saturn's doing in some sort of retro 80s grade. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I love that.
And thank you.
I mean, the planets are a bit all over the place now, but it has just been the last super moon as well. So
All I know, whenever we talk about it, is did you ever watch Hercules, the Disney film?
Yeah, but it wasn't my favorite Disney film, so
Well, it is.
I
It
can't
is one of
reference
mine.
it. Okay.
I can reference it, and basically the muses go, "The planets will align ever so nicely." That's
They
literally
better do.
whenever someone says planets, it's always like the planets. Anyway, yeah, me and Farah were just saying it's almost like we've both had a time this week where we've just gone, do you know what? We're in our 30s. I'm
Yeah.
not here to please people anymore. Like, I'm here to be me, to be unapologetically me. And I'm not wasting my time on others, because we kind of both said we're a bit of sponges and we do take on other people's drama and problems and kind of put them on our own.
Yeah.
And actually, who does that for us? And we shouldn't really do it for anyone. Like,
No.
you shouldn't take in other people's problems, but we tend to do that. And then we're left like on the floor, this like ball of like distress. And it's like, actually, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of having to have my own back and everyone else's. So,
yeah.
I don't know what's happened this week, but both of us have just gone, no.
No, yeah, we both stuck up. And like, I love my family. I adore my family. And like I said, we all have a family. And every so often, things happen. But this time I was a bit like, you know what? No, I'm going to step away from this because I can't be fucked, basically.
That's absolutely fair. That's your right to do so.
And it is, and like you said, we're grown women, so I'm not dealing with things that maybe a few years ago I would have without saying something. So yeah, and we've both had that this week. We've both had little like mental breakdowns at the same time, which we were saying is really rare, because usually if one of us is in a bad place, like the other one's like, right, we've got this. What do I need to do? I love you. Blah blah blah. And it's kind of like it's always aligned that way, but this week, both of us, it's just been like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is life? How is this happening? But yeah,
it's been very entertaining.
So I'm in a Biscoff. I'm like, I was halfway down, and then I was like, no, put the lid back on, put on like a power ballad, and was like, fuck this shit.
Good for you.
Yeah. What about you? How far down are you?
I'm literally bathing in Biscoff.
Oh, bathing.
I know. Bathing in Biscoff.
Sticky.
Probably shouldn't get Biscoff in some of those places.
No.
Imagine like Biscoff in your belly button. Sorry, and for those who actually don't know, I don't know if you know this, I've got a phobia of belly buttons. Do you know this?
I actually don't. I was more thinking like more localized when you were like, imagine getting it in places, but that's just my brain. And you went belly button. I was like, okay.
Babe, I've got the biggest fear of belly buttons. Belly buttons and jellyfish are my biggest fears. And I blame my nan completely, because when we were kids, she used to tell me if I was naughty, she would put her finger in my belly button and I'd unravel. Because she said, like, your belly button's where everything sticks together, and if you touch your belly button, you will unravel. Ew. So, like, as kids, we were scared to, like, do anything wrong in front of my nan, because she'd be like, yeah, well, I'll unravel you. And we'd be like, no.
So now you've got a genuine phobia of it.
Literally, and, like, my sister doesn't give a shit. She's like, it was just something Nan said. Like, my nan used to think it was really funny. My nan was hilarious. She used to make up songs about moles and, like, little flies that were naked on the wall. It's really weird.
Oh, I love that.
She's proper little cockney old lady, with like Dolly Parton hair. She's brilliant, but she always used to say that. And like whenever like I'd be like have a bath and like I'd like make sure you clean behind your ears and your belly button. My nan would be like, but not too far on your belly button.
Oh no!
And I was like, no, I'm gonna unravel. So like,
have you never like? This is the most random weird question I'm going to ask you, and I can't believe I'm doing it on a podcast. So have you never like put your finger? Have you never touched your belly button?
No. Oh my god, gross. I got my belly button.
How do you clean your belly button then?
I just spray like the shower at it and then like run away. I'm like, don't look at it. But no, I got my belly button pierced when I was 13. That's naughty, isn't it?
Is it, Eric?
Oh, good.
I got a tattoo at 15. Well,
yes,
let's not talk about that. Go.
But I got the piercing done so that it would hide my belly button, and in my brain, and I didn't tell anyone this at the time, I was like, it's shielding my belly button from potential like people who want to unravel me.
Poking you.
Because genuinely, I was like, I'm going to be unraveled.
Built a fear around people coming up to you and like
just poking me in the belly
their finger in your belly button and you unraveling into abyss.
Yeah, it's really like I
you shouldn't have told me this.
I know, because I told Aiden. When you're a like early couple and you're like, oh, we tell each other everything and like up till silly hours in the morning talking. And I told him this, and since the day I've told him, every time he'll come out the shower, he'll be like, Nat, Nat. And I look and he literally sticks his finger in his belly button. And I'm like, gross. Oh my God, I'm going to vom. Like, even like, because he was really ill last week. And like, we were sat in the garden, just like him dying in a chair and me like, woo, it's sunny. And like, so he had his top off because he was like, I'm so hot. And he literally was like, Nat, Nat. And I was like, you're ill. Do not do that. I'm looking after you. I'm playing nurse here.
Yeah.
And literally was like, Nat, Nat. And I was like, nope, I'm not looking at you. And yeah, just fucking belly buttons. I shouldn't have told anyone this because people are going to tell me more. I have no idea even why. Oh, belly button. Biscoff in a belly button.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I love how we got there. That's brilliant.
Welcome, guys. It is actually 10:30 at night and we're both quite tired, so this could be a very entertaining podcast.
Listen, no one will get the content that they get from this from anywhere else, so, you know.
I know. So, yeah, I'm bathing in Biscoff. I had full disclosure, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I actually don't want to give them any more time than they've had. But I had some troll issues over the weekend. I'm used to trolls, and I hate to say that, and I do talk a lot about trolls on my socials, but this time they kind of took it too far.
Yeah.
And they made out they were someone who knew me, basically trying to start rumours and cause problems, and it sent me into a massive spiral, and I had a complete breakdown yesterday. Full disclosure. Just a massive shout out if any of Aiden's cast in Les Mis are listening to this. You're all legends, because so many of you guys reached out to me when you knew what was going on, and you're all amazing, so I just want to say a massive thank you. I know a few of you do listen, so thank you so much for being just gems. So yeah, I had a whole tub of Biscoff and bathed in it, cried in it, and then because I wasn't in the headspace today to like, I was meant to have a session, I had to move it because I just wasn't in the headspace, like I know what I'm like. So instead I went and donated blood.
Oh, aren't you a dream?
Well, because it's kind of like, do you know what? This really shit thing's happened, and it's made me really like on edge and very like having a PTSD kind of flare up of things, and I'm not going to concentrate on anything. And I was like, fuck it. So I went on to like my NHS blood donation thing because I am a donor. Because I've got what my dad refers to as magic blood, but I've also heard it referred to as slut blood.
We've talked about this before, haven't we? Because I've got a rare blood as well.
Yes, but we've got the opposite. I've got the blood that everyone can have.
Yeah.
Whereas you've got the blood that like hardly anyone in the world has.
Yeah, and only I can have my
And only you can have your blood.
Yeah.
For all the vampires out there, that's the kind of blood we have.
Yeah, just if anybody wanted to know, for reference, you know, my Tinder. I don't have a Tinder, by the way, so don't look. And if I do, it's a catfish.
It's a catfish. It's not actually Farah. So yeah, I went and donated blood, and the guys were so lovely. The blood drive-in. Like, I actually had a really lovely day. I just like came home and ate a whole bar of chocolate and was like, do you know what? I'm right with today. So yeah, I've put the Biscoff away, but like I've divulged.
And we've had a good chat.
Yeah, we feel better with chat.
I definitely feel better about my situation. Because we always have like an hour before that we actually jump on.
This podcast literally takes us so long to fucking record because we kind of use it as our catch up as well.
Yeah.
And then we're like, we should record a podcast.
We should press record,
So we don't actually have any guests. I was about to say visitors. Visitors to the podcast, that kind of works. We don't have any guests today, but that's because we have a subject that we gotta talk about.
So you're stuck with us for the next hour.
Us two Looney Tunes. I thought I was wearing a Looney Tunes t-shirt. I'm not.
I was just about to say, did you say that? Because I can't see
No, it's an Alice in Wonderland t-shirt.
Wording. Oh, cute.
Yeah. But I did think... Anyway, why am I waffling today?
It's 25 to 11, guys. That's what's happened.
And I've lost a pint of blood today, guys. And also, for those who've ever given blood for, it's fucking terrifying. The blood pours out of you so quickly.
We'll talk about this on another, because I don't want to jump into it, but I am petrified of giving blood because a nurse I actually went to give blood because once I found out I had this rare blood, I nearly said disease then. No, I don't want to put that out. No. Rare blood type. The woman, the doctor and the nurse at the surgery was like, gave me a leaflet and was like, we've never seen this before, so I had to kind of get a second opinion on it people would be really blessed if you gave blood, basically, you know. And also, you might need it one day. Touch wood, I don't, but you know, I can't have anything but mine. So I signed up and I got my appointment, which took a long time actually. And this was before the pandemic, to go and give blood. And I didn't know much about it. I was a little bit scared. I have a phobia of needles in that part of your arm anyway. And nowhere else, like stick a needle in me anywhere else. But when I was young, I got really ill and dehydrated. I had to spend 4.5 days on a drip in Cyprus when we were on holiday, because I was that dehydrated they couldn't find a vein in my hand. So I had to have my arm laid flat like this with a needle in it. So I have a phobia of like this bit of your arm. Okay, so that's that. Like, so I was nervous anyway, and I was like, get your shit together, everything's fine. I was usually asked someone to go with me, but it was like through the day. When I got my appointment, no one could come. And when I got there, and again, I don't think people know this, but when I was younger, I had epilepsy. I don't have it now. I've grown out of it. It's been a very long time. It was a glitch in my brain. We don't know. Anyway. And she started like saying all this stuff, and obviously I was like really nervous, and it was my first time. And she was like, just to let you know, oh, well, if you did have epilepsy, you know, there's a risk that you could have one again today, but there's ambulances. Just said it so blasé, give me a full-on panic attack. Basically told me that all these things could happen and I could go into hypo, this and that, the other. And I was like, what the fuck?
What?
And I said, well, wait, give me some like statistics to work with here. Like, do you tell everybody that? Or is it just because I've told you that I have epilepsy? And she was like, no, you know, it could happen. So, and I was like, I can't, like, is it a 1% chance this is going to happen? I said, because right now I'm having a panic attack. So, and she was like, look, if you don't want to do it, you need to let me know right now. And she was so aggressive and horrible to me that I cried and I left. And I then cried in the car to my mum and rang her, and I was like, I've just chickened out. I feel horrible. I said, but this woman was so fucking awful to me and convinced me, because one of my fears is it coming back, because they were awful. Of course it is.
Yeah.
It's always going to be a fear. But I just was like, you tapped into the scariest part. I was already scared.
Yeah.
And I was there on my own. I said, so I was like, and she did that to me. Mum was like, you need to report her. But yeah, so I didn't end up doing it, and I haven't been back since. And I totally get that. That was a very long story, but it was.
No, but
it's important.
It's like, it is really important to give blood, especially both me and you with the type of blood we have. So I would say to you, go and do it. But at the same time, if you're terrified, give yourself a break. We got a lot on plate.
You know that. Then the pandemic happened, so that's why.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of. But I do need to go. I didn't need to go back into it. I'm gonna put on a brave.
Yeah, I got an email and I was like, do you know what, fuck it, I'm going to see if there's any appointments today. And there just was. And I was like, do you know what, it's a sign and I'm going to go.
That's good. Yeah.
I got a sticker that says, be nice to me, I gave blood today. So I wore that all day.
Cute.
So,
anyway.
I don't know how we got on to blood.
Vampires and then...
Vampires, blood. Anyway, we... basically, there is a TV programme on... a streaming site you may be aware of. I'm sure pretty much at least one family member has a subscription, and we all just jump off theirs.
We all jump on.
Called Netflix, and there is a series called Is it the most hated man on the internet? Is that what's actually the physical name?
Yeah, I'm
the most hated man on the internet.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I watched it and was like, Farah, you're going to need to watch this and then call me immediately. If you haven't watched it, it's about the guy who basically invented revenge porn.
Revenge porn. Yeah, it's like the origin of revenge porn. Yeah.
He invented this website called Is Anyone Up?
Yeah.
And basically people submitted nude photos.
And with full names and Facebook profile links to these poor fucking girls and women.
Yeah. And then like... so basically this TV series is all about how, because he kind of was famous. Like, he had this huge fame over social media because kind of mob mentality, everyone, the anonymity of it. The anonymity? Anonymity? I don't fucking know. That's why I brought him to blood, because I said I apologise, guys, if I say anything, like, ridiculous tonight. I've lost a pint of blood. So I'm going to blame my speech today on that. But yeah, he basically got famous for it, this whole mob mentality of people just went evil. And they were like slating these girls, and like it was horrific, and it ruined lives, and like spoiler alert, but like someone tries to kill themselves, and it's just it's horrific. Like
Yeah, his name's Hunter Moore, and he is
Hunter Moore,
vile,
yeah.
absolutely fucking vile.
Yeah.
He basically just thought he was a god. He had like this god mentality and persona. But
Yeah.
like you said, he had all these followers that, by the way, they called a family, which makes me feel ill. He was like huge on Twitter, and then I think like they were saying like one day it was just like a normal kind of shitty little website, and then overnight it just became this huge thing. And it was basically you would just get submissions emailed to him about, you know, he'd say, oh, you know, I've just found out my ex slept with this guy, or my ex cheated on me. She's a fucking slut. Here's a picture that she sent me when we were together. Yeah. And it literally, that was all it was. And they would post it on this website, and the trolls would be horrible. It would be horrific. Open to everyone, you know. It'd be like, she's a fucking fat slag, she's a whore.
Yeah.
It's awful to watch and see. And then these women, you know, would be, one of the women was just at work one day. I think she said she was a waitress, and all of a sudden she just started getting all these text messages through, and like a link to it. She was like, is this you? Blah blah blah. And she's the one whose mother
helped bring him down.
Took this motherfucker down. Yeah.
Like literally, there's again, spoiler alert guys, but watch it. There's a moment where the FBI get involved, and she literally, like, this mum comes out with this folder that's like fucking color coordinated. It's incredible. And like Aiden turned to me and went, that would be your mum? And I was like, yes, it fucking would. Yeah. Like, she literally had done all their job. She was the best investigator. Like, the FBI joked about, do you ever want to need a job? Like, she was a legend. And then another guy gets involved and helps bring it down. And it's a great story of like triumph against this guy, but obviously you have to get through the actual infuriity of it actually being a thing.
I mean, it's great because, like you said, he gets taken down. But it takes... So this goes on for 4 fucking years. These women and these victims, which I know we don't like the V word, but that's exactly what it is at this point, have to go through this. It got... You know, there were teachers that were getting fired.
Oh, she literally got fired on the spot, didn't she?
She got fired on the fucking spot because this link had gone around because it was her Facebook page.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
So yeah, it's just, and I mean, this is back in the day when nobody had their profile set to private because it wasn't a thing, was it really? Like,
no.
Online security wasn't as, you know, talked about and known as it is now. But yeah, oh my God, it was just 4 years of shit. He went on TV. They had him on like massive American TV shows. Yeah. And he's like, no, I don't care. He's like, I don't care.
Oh, he was so arrogant. Like, he had no shame or no remorse.
Yeah, he was calling these women and these people on the website avatars. He was like, I just post the videos, man. I just post the photos. And he's like, they're just avatars. They're nothing. So he was like dehumanizing them.
Yeah.
So that he didn't have to deal with the shit that he was doing and ruining these people's lives.
It was horrific. Like, I literally... Me and Aiden were watching it, and we were like, we'll watch one episode now and then we'll finish it. And we were like, absolutely not. I'm staying up and I'm going to watch all this. Mm-hmm. It was just, I cannot understand. Also, like you said, the family, like, they were threatening people who were trying to talk out against this guy. Yeah. And like, literally death threats were coming forward. And like, it really is quite terrifying how nasty some people can be. And then like, there's this whole aspect as well of, there's a victim blaming, which happened a lot. Of them.
Fuck yeah.
Well, if these girls didn't want people to see these pictures, they shouldn't have sent them. And it's like, okay, let's just kind of take that apart. We've all been in situations when someone's been quite pushy about getting photos. Mm-hmm. And you'd be like, no. And you're like, well, I don't want to like lose you, or I don't want you to be less interested in me, but I really don't want to do that. And it's like, that's then up to the person as to which way they go, as to whether they do or they don't. But at the end of the fucking day, we've had this conversation on this podcast before, I remember. It's someone's personal body And if they are sharing it with you, that is a trust thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not for me because of this whole world, especially. Like, it's terrifying.
Like, don't get me wrong. I've done it. I did it when I was like 18, 19. My first boyfriend, it worked away for a long time.
Yeah.
That's what we did. But I mean, when I was 18, smartphones weren't even like a thing. Then. I didn't know anything.
You were just sending Polaroids through the letterbox.
Yeah, it was just like, here you go.
Smoked pigeons of naked boobs.
Pigeon carrier. Like, oh my God,
we're not that
so
old,
fucking
guys.
old.
We're
no,
not
we're
that
not.
Old,
but
we're not.
But you know, when it wasn't a thing to have like a backup and an iCloud and I don't even, it wasn't iPhones, there was none of that. So I had no clue. And I'm not using that as an excuse because at the end of the day, again, it's my body. And in my brain, I was like, I'm just sending a picture to my boyfriend because he's working away for 3 weeks.
Yeah, you don't think they're going to use this against me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, thank God he didn't. And I don't know where those phones are now, but you know, but it's a scary thing to think that people just go, oh, really? You did? And I'm like, fuck you. Like when you're in a relationship.
Also, why is it down to the girl?
Like, why is it exactly? Like he sent pictures to me. So is that a problem as well? Like,
and like everyone was like, oh, the girls are such slags for sending these photos. It comes back to the whole conversation we've had several times of newsflash, we're not in fucking the Bible days. Women have sex. That's a thing. And a lot of women have sex out of marriage. That is actually okay. As long as it's consensual and it's illegal. And it's legal, sorry, not illegal. And it's legal. It's fine. Like, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Like, it's such an old-fashioned way of thinking.
It is. It really is.
Well, maybe, like, even if she sent that picture, like, as a surprise to her boyfriend, I'm sure he weren't complaining at the time. And it's the whole thing of, she's a slag because she sent me this photo. Is she? Like, because I'm sorry, I've had so many fucking unsolicited dick pics.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, I used to, when I used to be in a band years and years ago, and we had a group chat, and I literally, once a week, would send a random dick pic that I'd received in my inbox. And be like, oh, God, got enough. And like, I used to laugh it off and be like, oh, for fuck's sake. Now, as a bit older and like with everything that's happening, I am like, hold on, that's sexual harassment. Fuck off.
Yeah.
But like, how does that make me the slut? Like, do you know what I mean? It's so victim blaming. Yeah. And it's like, there's a girl in it who basically, one of the ways they got him like kind of arrested and the whole situation was because he hacked into people's emails and took their photos. Because there's one girl who's like, I never sent a naked photo, but I did. She just had
them
one
for herself because she was fucking feeling herself.
Absolutely.
And kept them in a folder. Yeah. They were for her. She's feeling herself, whatever else, which do fucking you.
Well, exactly. But everyone was like, why are you taking pictures?
But why the fuck not?
But why not? I'm sorry. I'm not going to look like this when I'm 80.
Exactly.
Like, I want to be like, nah, I don't fit.
I want proof to be like, listen, did you see me back in the day?
Back in the day, I actually was alright.
I was banging.
These boobs, they kind of stood up a little bit on their own.
Yeah.
But that is your prerogative. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to take naked photos of yourself, cool, great, babe. You live your best life. You do you, boo. Yeah. That's amazing that you feel so confident to do that. Cool, great. Brill. And she literally saved them on her emails, didn't send them to anyone just because she said that she'd run out of space on her phone. So she'd emailed them to herself. And she's like, I've never sent them. No. And they hacked into her account and took those photos.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
And that was then.
Oh, imagine that now.
That was then. That's what I mean. Like, this is...
Yeah, it's terrifying.
I think my favourite part of the whole thing, obviously him getting fucking... what was coming to him. But
absolutely.
Anonymous got involved.
Oh.
Okay, I've got two favourite parts, okay? So the website...
oh, yeah.
The website, he started basically getting pictures sent to him of young children. I'll just say that.
Yes.
So that's obviously not what he wanted, because then he was going to get into real trouble over it, obviously, because it's child pornography. So
absolutely.
He wasn't posting those, but he ended up selling the website to a guy. I forget his name. I can't think right now.
Just a legend. An
just a
absolute
fucking legend of
who
a man.
played him like a motherfucker.
Who played him. He sold it to him. So then when you would then, so all this family that were like, basically, I can only describe them as a cult. Because he'd say,
100%.
go and do this. Send me a video of you punching someone in the street. And they'd fucking do it. Because they found it funny. And they were just his followers and basically would do anything for him. Basically then just... whenever they clicked on the website after this guy bought it, it was an anti-bullying website.
Just brilliant. Pure legendary.
Just like anti-bullying. And so they went
mental about it.
They were not happy about this situation.
Literally, when
he
that
got
bit
a load
happened,
of hate.
Oh my god, it was so much hate, but like I loved it and it was all over the news. But when it happened, I literally was like, well this guy is a absolute legend.
When he said he was like, queen. I refreshed it for the first time and that website came up, I was like, that's fucking brilliant. Like, and then Anonymous got involved and that's me done.
If you guys don't know who Anonymous is, they're basically like a group of people we don't actually know. No one fucking knows.
Hence the name.
Hence the name. And they literally like hack into everything, and they've been like recruited by like governments to do stuff, and like
they bring big time people down that like, the FBI can't catch.
Oh my god, they are literally like, but no one knows who they are, and they're not necessarily legal.
Well,
some of the shit.
What were we talking about before?
Well,
or do you dare not say it?
Well, I'm scared to say this because I don't want to come after me, but like basically, so the guy we're talking about, this absolute legend who buys the website off of Hunter and like says he's gonna help him and and he's like, no, fuck you. And then like changes everything and helps. He basically says that he has a couple of friends. He just slips into conversation.
Random, yeah.
Just slips in during the interview. Friends. I've got a few friends in Anonymous. And then all of a sudden, this guy, Hunter, he kicks off obviously at the guy and like who's helping take down the site. The death threats and calls him a paedophile. It said he's gonna like do all his horrific stuff to his kids and his wife. So basically crosses this guy, and all of a sudden Anonymous get involved. And literally I was watching it and me and Aidan were like, he's a part of Anonymous.
Tell him though the bit where it's like coming soon. Like,
that was, oh my god. So like we are literally ruining this for everyone. But please,
I mean, if you're gonna listen to this and you've not watched, come on,
you need to go watch it, guys.
It's like a review.
I'll put a spoiler alert on this when we release it. But like the end, I think it's like the second or third episode. I can't remember. I actually can't remember how many episodes there is. We just, like I said, I binged
I'm sure there's only 3 or 4. There might be 3. One of them's like super long.
Yeah, can't remember. I mean, I binged it literally back to back.
Yeah.
But the episode before the last episode, in the like it's the coming soon on next episode, and it was like da 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 da, and it just ended with a flash of the Anonymous mask. They wear like the oh my god, what are they called? They're like the masks, the Vendetta masks. Yeah. It just flashes that and then goes, and literally we lost our shit when we were watching it. We're like, oh my god, Anonymous are going to get involved. Oh, no. Because they don't really get involved with a lot of stuff that's like small. Like they are very much go after the big dogs. They're absolute fucking legends. Like if you guys honestly don't know who they are, please go watch some YouTube videos on them because they are just like mind-boggling. Like they literally take this dude down.
They are like next level vigilantes.
They're ninjas.
They're ninja vigilantes.
Ninja hackers.
That's a mouthful. But yeah, they take down like people that the government can't take down. How they do what they do like baffles me. Me and Nat were talking earlier, and I was like, I'd love to be in it, but then I was like, they'd be like, can you just leave because you are far too reckless? I'd have one glass of rosé and be like, you never guess what, guys? I joined a gang. It's called Anonymous. So and so is in it.
You'd be like, you go onto your Instagram and be like, Farah Music, part of Anonymous. So happy to announce, guys.
1/14 of Anonymous. # new member.
DM me for other members.
Listen, I'm joking. If you're listening, I praise you, but don't ever recruit me because I'm fucking shit. Like, yeah. But what else was I going to say? Oh, so the next episode, they basically did everything to him that you can imagine. They did it so all his money from his account, I mean, this is obviously illegal activity, but also
illegal.
Fuck you, because you deserve it.
Yeah.
And all his money was like would go from his account. They gave to charities.
Fucking
so
amazing.
He had nothing. They shut all his accounts down. All his money went to charities. And then also at one point they killed him. Like, I'm doing this in air quotes.
Actually, yeah, they gave him a death certificate.
All his social security and stuff like that was gone. He had a death certificate, like an official death certificate.
And it was amazing.
Don't fuck with Anonymous.
Literally, don't fuck with Anonymous. Hence,
and don't
why
fuck
I think
with
that
women.
guy's part of it. But that's what I loved about that guy, because he was so like, do not do this to women. Like, and he was so like, you could see it in his eyes, and I was just like, do you know what? You're a ledge. Like, the really sad thing is like you said, it took 4 years. And that's 4 years of these girls having their pictures up, being threatened. And, like, they would reach out to him and he would just be, like, reply with, like, lol. Or, like, shouldn't have sent them then. And, like, so bad. And we watched it and I felt sick the whole time. Because, like you said, like, that was back in, like, early 2000s. Think how much technology has advanced since then.
Yeah.
Like, I've had people been hacked into their, like, Instagrams and then been, like, bribed to be like, pay me this amount, you'll get your Instagram account back, and all this sort of stuff. And like, it's absolutely mental that it can happen so easily. Like, there's an app in particular that I'm talking about. I'm not going to name it, but it's where I'm getting a few trolls at the moment.
Yeah.
And I tried to get in contact with them to see who these messages were from. And then it was like, pay and you can see who sent this. And I instantly was like, that's a way of hacking in. That's a way of getting my details. Yeah. And it's like, actually now I'm more aware of it. And even like episodes in this podcast, like when we talked to Nadia Essex a few weeks ago, and so she was saying stuff like, we are not security prepared.
No.
For how advanced social media and technology is.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying, because I know people who have openly said to me their exes have naked photos or videos of them, and if it got out, it would ruin their lives.
Yeah.
And you go, why would it ruin your life? Like, there's 2 people in some of those videos. That's a relationship. You're a grown-ass fucking woman. Like, as much as I'm saying this, I'm like, oh my God, like, I would be fucking mortified and horrific, and it would be the worst thing ever. But it is so fucked up that society, again, is using sex against women.
Well, it's the same with the Kim Kardashian thing. People still, thank God she now uses it, you know, to her advantage, in the sense of she takes the piss out of herself. But that almost ruined her fucking life. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, I've never done anything like that. But again, if you want to do that with your partner, that's down to you. We know what the risks are nowadays. This was done before that shit happened. Like, he did it on a fucking camcord. Is that what it's called? Cam recorder? Camcorder?
Camcord?
What the fuck is a camcord?
Camcord.
Oh no, I'm having another jumper neck issue. Oh no. What's it called? What's an old school camera called?
Cam recorder. No.
See? I don't know anymore. Have I given blood today? Like, what's happened?
A video recorder. A cam recorder. A cam recorder. A cam recorder. That's the word.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Do you know what? Like, just a massive segue. There is a TikTok trend, and it's like, it's the beginning of Teenage Dirtbag, the old school song, and then it goes, show your teenage dirtbag pictures.
Okay.
Like, you know, like emo 90s, like early 2000 kids. And literally, like, I saw it and was like, I'm too old to do that, because all my teenage dirtbag pictures were documented by fucking disposable cameras I used to take to Boots.
Oh my God, yeah.
I got like made, and I kind of went to do it, but like I made a joke out of it. And like, as the caption, I was like, oh, I tried to do this trend, but thank God that all the 90s was documented by. And then I was like, what was a camera called that wasn't a phone? Genuinely, for about 10 minutes, I was like, what's a camera called? It's not a phone.
Isn't it just a throwaway camera?
It's called a fucking camera.
Well,
it's called a camera.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's called a camera, but yeah, I think I just used camera. Like a throwaway camera, I'm sure.
But I literally was just like, for 10 minutes going, what was a camera called? This? It's a camera, Nat. It's a fucking camera. So yeah, that just shows how old we are.
I know. We've shown our age a lot today.
I know, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
I'm in my prime, so don't know about you, but I'm in my prime. Thank you.
I'm in my prime of life. But yeah, it's going back to that the whole thing of like social media. It's so accessible. Like
but she
TikTok,
got the shit for it.
So easy.
Kim Kardashian got the shit for it. Her life was ruined because of it. Has anyone ever said anything about him?
I don't even know who the guy is in the video.
Is he called Reggie? Did
Not
he used to be a rapper? He's not.
I know.
But nothing ever happened to him. He didn't get arrested for releasing that.
No, nothing.
Nothing happened to him, and that fucks me off. It's same with the Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee.
And the Paris Hilton video that came out.
Yeah, it's all on the woman, and then she gets, everyone looks down upon her, and I'm like, no, there were two people in the video, and it's the one recording it 9 times out of 10 who fucking releases it in a special moment. Like, don't do that. But then you'll get the same sort of people who slag people off like that, but then behind closed doors will sit and watch fucking porn.
Yeah.
So, but you'll go and do what you need to do over a woman online, but then you'll slut shame a woman because she's, somebody's gone behind her back, someone she trusted.
It's that whole thing of making women, like, it's making women a sexual object, but yet not allowing them to be a sexual object. Like, I understand that really weirdly, but stuff like, I used to do burlesque, right? I've never felt more confident than when I did burlesque. And for those that know me will know that's a big thing, because I'm quite, I'm a typical woman who went to a dance college. I'm quite insecure about my body. But when I did burlesque, I've never felt more confident, more sexy, more like, this is my cellulite and this is my lumpy bum. And I fucking loved it. And even now when I look at old photos of like my burlesque shows, and you can see like the back folds where I'm dancing and stuff, I never look at them and go, ugh. Whereas if I see myself in a picture of bikini on the beach, I'm like, oh nah, it's a whole other world. But I remember going on a date with a guy and telling him I do burlesque, and his face was literally like, ugh. And I was like, what do you mean, ugh? And he was just like, oh, I don't think I could date someone who does that, because like, I wouldn't want anyone else to see your body because it would be mine.
Ew.
And I was like, oh, hun.
Red flag.
This body ain't no one's. Like, don't know. And I remember being like, I went back to my burlesque like girls a few days later and told them, and was just like, I feel a bit weird about it now. Like, I do feel like, are men looking at me in this room like I'm some sort of like dirty kind of stripper object thing?
Yeah.
And it's really fucking hard, because it's like, actually, like you said, men, like that whole thing of sex sales. I feel really bad. I'm doing very much men and women today. Don't mean it, but but like that whole thing of sex sales, or women to make it in the music industry have to be sexy. They have to be this. They can't be old. They can't be this. But don't you dare claim your sexiness. Don't you dare actually have sex. Don't you, like, look at the whole Britney Spears situation. Like, she was loved because she was this like sexy schoolgirl, let's be perfectly honest.
Well, yeah.
And
with
like
pigtails
in a school. But yeah, every man fancied her. Or I mean, some women did, like whoever. And yet, the second it came out that she wasn't a virgin, fuck me, the media went nuts for it.
Yeah, they went for it, didn't they?
Yeah, and you kind of go like, when are we going to get to a point where it's like, sex is a consensual thing that happens between man and women, or women and women, and man, or non-binary and non-binary, or whoever, two consenting adults. Yeah. And that is great.
Yeah.
When does that happen?
Like, I've seen some things on TikTok as well. It doesn't, but I've seen some things on TikTok where people, like this whole thing of you get the ick. And
over this trend,
yeah, some people were like, oh, some guys are like, well, it's the amount of people she slept with for me. And I'm like, sorry, what? Like,
fuck off.
Oh, sorry. Did you want her to sit, or he or they, at home
waiting
for 30 years
for your
waiting
penis,
for you to come and knock her fucking door down? Like, it's not a fucking Disney film.
Do you know what? That reminds me of when I worked at a gym, a very popular gym brand in London. I won't name, because technically I still work there. I've never quit and I've not been fired.
Please tell me you're still getting a monthly paycheck.
No, it's freelance, so you're gonna get paid if you turn up. But like,
also paycheck. I've been watching far too much fucking American TV. Carry on.
I know. Who are you? Fuck off. But I remember talking to a personal trainer guy, and he said to me, because we were talking about this. We were talking about, I can't remember what we talked about. It came on to the whole thing of like numbers and girls and men and the whole social debate. And he literally said, you have to imagine it as women are a padlock and men are a key. And for a key that opens all locks, that's a master key. Whereas a lock that lets any key open it, that's a broken lock. And I don't think I spoke to him like after that moment. And I remember being like, and in my brain, I was like, that is the most disgusting thing. And also, you meant that. Like, and I can't believe I've just remembered that. But it's just because you said that then.
Yeah, sorry, the silence was me with my jaw on the floor. I think I just dislocated my jaw. Are you
like,
for real?
Yeah, babe, totally.
Oh my God, what a horrible
women
way
used
to
to
think.
flock at this guy. And, like, the way he spoke to women was absolutely disgusting. And I remember him saying to me, he's like, I would never date a fatty. And I was just like, you are scum.
What a vile human.
We actually got in a fight one day because this was this, when I actually turned around to him and was just like, I'm really, because he went on a date with someone and he basically came back and said, I don't even want to see her again. Her eyes were too far apart. And I went in, and babe, I'm talking 8 a.m. at a busy gym in London. And I was just like, I'm sorry, but who the fuck do you think you are? And he was like, what do you mean? Because he's thinking it's like banter, lads as lads. And I was like, sorry,
Yeah.
who do you think you are? Like, what creation do you think you are that you're perfect and that's a reason to not see someone else? And I went in and literally I was in with all these guys and all these girls from the gym. And because I did that, a couple of guys literally went, yeah, mate, like, that's not actually that cool. And I remember being like, yeah, come on. But it was such a lads mentality of like...
Were you by any chance talking to a guy called Hunter Moore? Like, are you sure it weren't him? Like, it fucking sounds like him.
But yeah, it's that attitude that, again, kind of what we spoke about on the podcast with Nadia, is like, it's idolized and it's funny and it's cool and it's seen as like a thing, and like lads behavior and like...
It's that God mentality. That's what it's like, that persona.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's seen as like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Nah. And it just...
But that's the thing. They want to
really
sleep
disgusting.
with all the women, but then they want the one who's the virgin, and that's her wife up. Like, I see so many TikToks, and I'm like, what? Why? What?
Mate,
no,
honestly,
it's
like,
not good.
For someone who's like, because I'm quite like prudish, like, you know me, like I get really awkward when there's sex on TV and stuff like that. And yet I'm being like, for fuck's sake, like, why is there such double standards with this? And like, I mean, I don't know the situation with like gay relationships or non-binary relationships. Like, I would love to know the kind of stereotypage there. Like, obviously, in society, it is the whole thing of like, women should only have slept with one person and men can sleep with whoever they want because they're lads. To quote Christina Aguilera's Stripped album.
Yeah.
God, what a great album. Anyway, but like, I don't know the whole situation with like lesbian relationships or gay or queer or pan. So any listeners out there who have a little bit of information on that, because that would be really interesting to hear kind of like the dynamics there, and if there is kind of a taboo on that. Yeah. I'm really intrigued by that. But yeah, so basically, he's the most hated guy on the internet, and we hate him.
I don't know. The one thing that is sad about this to me is that, so when the FBI got involved and this this woman's mother, again, sorry, the names have now slipped my brain, they took him down, and him and his friend, so he had a friend who was doing it as well, didn't he? His friend was on board with him, so he was the one who was the hacker. So it came, it came out that he'd hacked over however many of these pictures, so therefore he was as much involved as Hunter, but Hunter was like the face of the brand of the dick. Really.
And Hunter had given the go-ahead for him to do that.
But this man got 28 months, did he get?
Yeah, something like that.
And Hunter got 30. That's it. So they're out now. And it's 4 years of illegal activity, ruining lives, and running a sex revenge, sorry. My brain's gone.
Revenge porn.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Website, and all you got was 30 months.
But we know the legal system is not in favour sometimes with justice.
That bit breaks my heart. It
Yeah.
really, really does.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to stop. He's never going to stop. He doesn't know anything different. I actually don't know. Do we have a follow-up?
I'm just about to say, like, do we do
I feel like we've binged it that much that we've binged it and then jumped on here, and I don't actually know.
Oh, yeah. You literally finished it last night.
Yeah.
And we were like, right, let's go. Let's do this.
Let's do it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, have a little look. Where is he now?
Where is he now?
I mean, everyone at home can probably just do this too, but I'm so intrigued. Like,
yeah. I thought I was going to ask you, and then I thought I bet she doesn't know either because we've watched it really recently.
Yeah, it just says he keeps a low profile since his release. He's been banned from Facebook, but is still active on Twitter.
Shut up.
Yeah. He wrote a book about it.
Of course he did. Profit.
He was asked if what happened was something he wished he'd never done, to which Moore replied, flat out, no. I'm proud of what I created. Okay. Okay.
You know what? I'm just going to calm as a bitch. He's going to come back as, like, a banana slug in his next life.
A banana slug?
Slug. Yeah, that's the thing.
Is that a slug that lives in a banana, or is it like a banana that turns into a slug?
Probably in the tree, in the plant.
Oh,
I don't know. I just know that there is one.
And that is Farah's official judgment on Hunter Moore.
Yeah.
Slug in a tree in a banana.
No, I wouldn't even offend the slug that way.
No.
So there you go. I wouldn't.
I mean, if you believe in karma and if you believe in reincarnation, he'll probably come back as someone who gets revenge porned.
Revenge porn.
Revenge porned. I've made it into a adjective, verb, noun. I don't know the difference between any of them.
This is us sober, by the way.
Ugh.
This is us.
Also, like, we haven't mentioned it, but it's so fucking hot still. And obviously we've got to the fans off when we record the podcast. So Nat Gray's literally sat here in a puddle of my own sweat.
Well, you haven't had the storm yet.
No, storm's not come.
Yeah, the storm. I mean, I'm still hot because it's muggy.
Yeah.
But the rain is here.
Oh, rain.
The thunderstorm is here.
I miss the rain.
Mm-hmm. I can't stand the rain. That was my Prince impression.
I enjoyed that. Why does it always not rain on me?
No, that's not Prince. Who sang that?
No,
I can't.
that's
No,
Travis.
That's Tina Turner.
What?
Wait, who is it? Oh, guys, don't laugh. It's not funny.
We're flat out just exhausted with, like, again, constantly talking about the same fucking thing, and why is there no change?
So the next thing, do you want to tell them? It is Tina Turner. Sorry, I just had to do a quick Google because I just was like, I did it as I did the song by Tina as Prince. That's what's just happened.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting combination of events.
Okay. So, I mean, I've just impressed myself.
Anyone looking for a new show? We have Farah as
Tina.
Princess Tina Turner.
Yeah. In the sound of Prince. That's fucking great. I'm ready.
That'd be a really interesting concept.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd buy a ticket to see it, but
yes,
I'd be intrigued.
You would. I'd make it. You'd be there, front row.
Oh my god, please can you do like a TikTok series of like famous songs sung by other artists?
Oh my god, don't, because that's brilliant.
Would be really funny. Copyright. Take by the beat.
Yeah, nobody use that sound clip right there. That's me. Because it's so good.
It's so
Somebody's
good.
gonna steal it. It's so good.
So
what was I going to say? Oh, the next thing that you've told me to watch.
Oh,
tell the people what's coming next.
Right, so we're going to do another one. On another Netflix
I haven't got around to it yet.
Thing. So. No. So I'm not going to say too much, but it's called Trainwreck Woodstock.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know, maybe a lot of you won't know this, maybe it's just me. I didn't know there was more than one Woodstock. I thought it was Woodstock 69, the Summer of Love, and everything was amazing. No. There was a couple of Woodstocks. And there was one particular one in 96. that ended all Woodstocks. It's the honestly like horrific, and I cannot wait for you to watch it because we can talk about it. So, guys, homework.
Homework for next week
from Take Back the Beat. Go watch this program about this horrific man, and then obviously go watch Trainwrecked on Netflix. Woodstock. It's eye-opening, and we're going to talk about it. So
I'm excited, but I'm not like.
Yeah, it kind of ruins a lot of shit.
Yeah, to sit and watch that. But I'm excited to talk about it and try and put the world to rights again. On that note, do we have a win of the week?
Do you know what? I actually do.
Go.
And I was meant to tell you this before the podcast if you were okay with us saying it. But fuck it, I'm sure you will be. I want to do a win of the week shout out.
Okay.
To the incredible guest we had on our podcast, Peach Coin.
Yes.
Who has started her own podcast. It's called Sex on the Peach. Brilliant name. Just
brilliant name, yeah.
Random applause, Peach. You fucking nailed that one. Check her out on Instagram as well, because she posts a lot of like anonymous questions and you can answer. Basically, the whole podcast is about trying to take away the taboo subject of sex. And I kind of think with this episode, that's really kind of on brand.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, and I know she talks to a lot of people, including Kaylee McKnight, who we had on our podcast as well.
Oh.
And they talk a lot about a lot of open conversations, and it's very interesting. We're big fans. So a massive shout out to Peach. Please go check it out. Again, it's called Sex on the Peach. You can find her on Instagram at PeachCoin. And yeah, that's my little win of the week of
Get it, girl.
Friends smashing it.
Yeah. And it's all full circle. See, we're all helping each other out on each other's podcasts. I love that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is our win of the week.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So... I have a nice little announcement.
Do I know?
So, yeah, you do, but I haven't announced it on socials yet. So this is an exclusive.
Exclusive party.
So yeah, if those of you who have listened to my EP,
caller ID.
Well, actually, well done, because that's the one I'm going to discuss right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I have told you this, but I did an acoustic live album EP. Sorry.
It's amazing. It's on Spotify. It's called Awaken. Everyone go check it out. Stop the podcast immediately. Go check it out. Stream it, and then come back to this.
And then thank you. We love a supportive friend. So basically, I wanted to go back in the studio and do a single from that and release the single as a full track.
Yes.
So I have been in the studio. I'm working on No Caller ID, so I'm going to have that as a track that I re-release. And it's going to be coming soon, so stay tuned. And I've got another big photo shoot coming up, so I've got some more artwork on the way. So yeah, so
have you booked the photographer for your photo shoot?
I have.
Is it who I know?
No. Oh, I didn't.
Someone new.
Manchester. It's because it's closer to me as well, and I do really like his work. So
fair enough.
But that's my exciting little update of Farah. So
when do you reckon it will be out? When do you reckon you're going to do it? There's no rush. Remember, there's no
because
rush.
I'm doing this because I don't know. We haven't mentioned the other thing.
Oh yeah, we're not mentioning that yet.
So we haven't mentioned phase 2 of Take Back the Beat. So it will be around the time of phase 2, but we will do another. We'll do another little podcast before that. So
yeah. We'll probably do fucking many before that.
I don't know why I just said that. There's going to be one every week, so I don't know why I said that.
I enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
I'm glad you choose that song.
Yeah. Well, you did say it as well. I did a little obviously it's one of my favourites.
It always gets in my head. Like it's always
Nat sings it all the time, which gives me much joy because, she's incredible and she knows her shit. So for her to be singing my shit, I'm like, okay, I've done something right.
I don't know, there's something, like I love all the songs in EP, you know that, but there is something about that literally every now and again I'll just be like, no colour. Like, what is that? Oh, it's fucking Farah. So yeah, it's got earworms. It's got so many earworms in it. I'm very proud, very excited
Thank you.
I better get first listen. I'll be fuming if I don't.
Oh, you will. And thank you for always pushing me, because you do, and I love you for that. So
I'm just trying to get you famous so that I can ride on your coattails.
Oh, is that right? Okay. You've never actually said that, so another exclusive.
Another exclusive. I just want to be a Catwoman, guys.
I love that.
It's so hard. I just want you to do it so that you can then like make me famous through you. I'll just be like your weird tag-along friend.
Well, we've already made this pact, so if we both don't make it, we're gonna be. You can be an old cat lady, and I'll be an old dog lady.
I was gonna say dogs, cats, babe. What the fuck, cats? Ah! There's like a big horn outside my house. It's cats.
Well,
cats are coming for me. Ah!
So, yeah.
On that note. Yeah. I'm gonna go get some like fucking chocolate because I still feel a little bit.
Yeah, go look after yourself
probably
and
like
rest.
I'm gonna edit this podcast later and be like, that made no sense.
None of that made no sense, darling.
2 hours later, yeah.
SpongeBob, right? Okay,
right. Peace out. A-Town.
Love you. A-Town.
No. Love you. Okay. Bye. We do apologise if anyone was triggered by any of the dialogue we used today. We are still learning and we are only just beginning to talk about our own experiences. We're aware that trigger warnings are completely different for everybody, so please bear with us. We love you all. We also want to hear your experiences. If there's anything you'd like to share with us, any stories, anything you are happy to discuss on this podcast, you can stay anonymous if you would like. Please send us an email at takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. That's takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. You can also find us on social media at Take Back the Beat. Thanks, guys. We love you all.